As you can see, there's a 120 count muslin. I guess it shows I used a white fabric. Let's see, this is it right here. It says wide perm press muslin, 100% cotton. It's 118 to 120 inches. And when you take it out, bring it over here and set it on their table, and I'll show it to you quick. When it's folded like this, you know, it's not obviously real transparent, but there's one fold right here. Now, hold this up to the light for everybody to be able to see, hopefully. As you can see, you can kind of see the lights through the material. You know, that's the material age right there. You can see the lights through it. As you can see, there's another one here. And if you look real close, well, maybe you can't see it with the lighting here, but this is the white one here. They've also got an ivory colored one as well. So, if you can see, that one's, you know, the one on the left is white, the one on the right is ivory. But anyway, it's a wide perm press muslin as well. It says 100% cotton unbleached, 118 to 120 inches, 623. So it's 623 a yard. Something else I was going to show everybody was black tape that I ended up using. It's right here. It's the duct tape. You can see it's black in color. Over here, they've got all kinds of colors. This ends up being 337. This only has, what is it, 20 yards, which ends up being 60 feet. So I ended up using, I believe, approximately two black tapes per projector screen. So you're going to need roughly 4 if you do 2 of them. Alright, I'm here at Menards, and I was just going to show everybody the bolts that I ended up using for my project. The 1/4 inch by 20 by 3.5 inch bolts, they are $1.44. Now, if you can find them, you want to look for the ones, at least that's what I did, the ones that have the full threads all the way through the bolt versus these that, as you can see, they don't have the threads all the way through. Not a big deal. The threads are fine. If they're not all the way through, they still work. Anyway, that's those. And then over here are the lock washers, 1/4 inch. Those are $1.18. And then the 1/4 inch nuts right here, those are $1.18 as well. Total comes out to be $5.24. Now what I did, I bought what is called top rail posts for fencing. And as you can see, if you look really close here, you can see the one end is actually a little narrower, so you can put that inside the other end. Now these end up being 10.5 feet, 10 foot 6 inches, 10 foot 5 inches, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these in half and then stick the one in the other. And the reason I'm going to do that is to cut them down to 5 feet so they can be portable. That way I can fit them inside my car, my vehicle, whatever. The only thing that's a bummer is I don't have a case for them, so the easiest thing to do would be to buy some sort of duffel bag that's approximately 5 foot long, maybe even a bag that you would get for your typical tripod stands here. That's, you know, a little bit shorter than what I would probably need, but anyway, you could probably find one. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make them 10 foot by 10 foot. Now ideally, with the screen being low to the ground, and then of course your seating height from about sitting level, what you're going to view if you're sitting down from this height, you're going to need the screen to be at least 4 feet off the ground, more than likely. So I'm going to end up with about a 6 foot by 10 foot viewing area. And the reality is I'm probably going to make it 5.5 feet. You're going to want to be up a little bit so that you can get above people's heads. So you can see I got my 2 projectors. One of them here, I'll grab it out here. This projector here is called a Proxima 6850. As you can see, it's fairly large. This is my hand. It's a fairly decent sized projector. It's rated at 1800 lumens. And if you want to compare it to another projector that I have here, it's an Acer. As you can see, size-wise, you know, that Acer is a lot smaller. Lumens-wise, the Acer is actually a little brighter. It's a little newer. This Proxima projector is about 15, I think, or 20 years old. And when it was purchased new, I think the retail price was $18,000. Yes, that's correct, $18,000. The cool thing about it is it actually has picture-in-picture capabilities. Even though I've never used that, I'll show you the inputs here on the side. It's got all kinds of inputs, as you'll see here. Got your S-video, composite, audio in and out, USB if you want, and then it's got audio in, audio out there as well. It's got your VGA in and your VGA out if you want to, what should I say, loop, or you want to connect this to another one, you can just automatically do that. And then you've got the number 2 here. Yep, you can see my scratches. Number 2 here, that's your picture-in-picture if you're going to do a second input, obviously. And that's about it. You know, it's your standard projector. It's pretty big. I got very lucky on this. I ended up picking this up for, I think, $150. And I believe the bulb life in it, there's only about 10 or 15% of it used. So I've got a lot of bulb life left. So, give me a second here. I'm going to show you guys the first one here. As you can see, it's going to go all the way up. But here are the legs. Now, as you'll see, I've got the front ones even, or the front of the legs even, and then the back goes back there. Those are about 5 feet long. And then this bar going down here, as you can see, is that's about 5 feet long as well too. And then, as I was telling you, from the front, I've got those braces too on the corners, as you'll see there. And then here's the framework right there. And then there's the other ones. Now, so to display a screen this size, you need a fairly long throw. So my projectors are going to have to go back there a ways, but this is about where it will sit. And then, as you can see, when we sit down, you know, here's my sight. It's about even with that bar, the bottom bar there. And wow, that's going to be a big screen, I'll tell you what. When that gets done, it's going to be huge. This is the screen from far away so far. I'd say I'm about, I don't know, 40 feet away or so. So anyway, now if I'm sitting back further away, you know, this is my line of sight. As you can see, the bottom is just coming up to the edge of the tables, which would mean that seeing over someone's head is going to actually hit, if I can point it out straight, just over that bar. So we're probably not going to see anything down here, but from about here up, you should see some. So if you look where that wall is, about there, maybe a little higher, where that border on that wall is, right here. That's probably where we're going to see. I don't know. We'll see. Turn on all the lights so you can see what a video looks like with all the lights on. And I was going to talk to you about how important it is lighting with video projectors. And in my case, I used a rear projection type of screen in the projector. You'll notice when I go around, I'm going to also turn all the lights down, or at least turn some of the lights down, and you'll see what'll happen and the effect it will have on the lighting. Now you'll hear Feel Good from Gorillaz and Obsessed by Mariah Carey a lot of times throughout this video, if I have enough time. I've got about 14 minutes. And the reason I use those two videos is I just stumbled across them as far as color, and I can help adjust color. The one thing that you end up doing is you take your computer monitor, if you can, and put it out to where you can see the color of a video, so you can match the color of your computer monitor to the color. And what you'll see is you'll see the videos, and this is Mariah Carey Obsessed, and you can see it. You can't really see it that well. That's one screen, and then I'm gonna pan over here. My speakers, you'll see there, and then here's the other screen. That's kind of the corner setup there. This is kind of now the awards presentation was right there. It was right in front. There was a podium stage just right in this area here. And so anyway, the idea was that we'd have the awards presented on both screens, as you can see here. If you look at it here, you'll notice that there's a little gap from my tube frame right there, as you can see, to the screen material. My frame ended up being about 122 inches or so. There's another gap there on that side. 122 inches wide, so it was about 2 inches short. Now, I wanted it a little bit wider, and the material actually worked out perfectly, so if I need to stretch it, it will stretch, and as it stretches, it makes the screen flat, as you can see here. Now, you're also going to look up right here. You can see there's a little wrinkle there. Well, I've got that ladder there because what I was going to do is go up and tape that quick, and I'm going to do that right now.
Brakes and exhaust all work together. We lit a fire to inspire involvement and increase strategic direction from the chamber board, committees, and the community.
And any success that we've had, this is a tribute to all our associates at County Fair and the wonderful job that they've done and our loyal customers. And we thank the community of Mitchell and the other communities that we serve for their support these 25 years.
Now let's go ahead and bring Jeff Kroll up to the stage, and you all know that Jeff is the president of the Mitchell Area Development Corporation.
Here, the sun's kind of bright, so you can't really see it.